We are live. I think I'm the first person to make that joke.
Mm-hmm.
We live on the air.
And now, rapper Jay-Z orders ice cream for he and his family.
Hova!
Is that it?
Beyonce! Yes! That's funny.
Do you not think Jay-Z knows any ice cream flavors or anything?
Can I do Kanye instead?
No. You wanted Jay-Z. You wanted Jay-Z so badly. We trusted you.
I'm gonna get some rock and roll.
Are you trying to give it to Fat Albert?
Yo, Kim, my girl. Hey, you want some? I'm gonna get that rock and roll, but I want the new
Is he getting a question wrong?
I'm gonna make it revolutionary. So I want the chunks bigger. I want them diamond. Haters.
And that was allegedly
what was
Jay-Z ordering ice cream.
It turned into Kanye or Kanye.
Or Kanye.
Whichever's had a most like.
Yeah.
You want to do the intro now?
Yeah.
Hit it.
Last year we only had 12 tournaments. Hi, this is Ricky Anderson from Ricky Anderson.
You gotta
do our intro to this.
You gotta cut it.
Courtesy Lab Podcast.
You gotta cut that.
Tyler Tarver. Not Jared. Holy.
Rocky Road.
Radio edit. DJ Khaled.
Hold up.
Also, pay attention.
Oh.
Hi.
Oh.
Oh.
Oh. Beyonce, do it.
This is a very special episode.
It's Kanye getting married.
Cool.
This episode is sponsored.
All right, I guess you can. All right, there it is. Well, welcome back to the Courtesy Laugh. As always, my name's Joseph Craven. I'm joined tonight by Mr. Tyler Tarver. Tyler, how are you?
I'm doing great, Joseph. It's long-time listener, first-time caller. Happy to be here. Happy to be part of the team. I just done talking.
Cool. That joke always goes over well. We're also, of course,
I just made it up for the first time.
joined by the affable and lovable, the one and only, the Right Reverend, Mr. Jared Hollier. Jared, how are you?
Tyler used to be last. Why am I last now?
You're not last. Why would
Yep.
you be last?
You introduced me last. Tyler used to be the last one.
I used to be last, bro.
That's cool.
Okay. Well, we're doing it differently this time.
Yeah, man. This
This is the Courtesy Laugh 2.
Joseph's the Martin Luther of
Why do we have
the
it? Why do
Courtesy
we
Laugh
have
podcast. You get it? Because he's reforming it. You see what I did there?
That was pretty good.
Martin Luther was a...
I am a Calvinist. All right. Now, we were going to be joined by, of course, the fourth member of the Courtesy Laugh team, Mr. Knox McCoy. But sadly, Knox is out tonight because he is too wrapped up in the series or the season finale of Serial and cannot join us on this podcast. He's too...
Hit it. Oh my gosh.
All right. Well, as always on the Courtesy Laugh, we are here to discuss the most asinine of topics that we can think of. And, guys, can we just jump straight into it? Can I pose a question for us to discuss?
Let's jump straight
Absolutely.
into it. Like the kid that's not good at dives, so he does the stick. Let's jump straight into it like him.
What Tyler means is let's jump into it like Jared at a youth group swim party. Still got his T-shirt on.
Because he's self-conscious.
Yep.
Other kids.
Plus, he's an adult. You know, at some point he's going to dunk a kid, and they're going to touch his stomach, and that's weird.
Can't
That's
do it.
weird.
Can't do it.
You don't need to, man. You're better than that.
Is he?
Well, so what's your question, Joseph?
That was it.
Joseph?
Is Jared really better than that?
Probably not.
That's a great first question. I like to start by looking at Jared's attributes and really where he comes around as a person. I think I'm going to use the Major League baseball card, analytical style.
Yeah.
So how many seasons does he have in the league, Joseph?
Jared is entering into his 8th season.
8th season with the league. He started out strong. People expected big things out of him. He was the Carlos Probanogo of his day.
Yeah, I heard that rumor a lot. That some people called him a somewhat southeast Texas Carlos Probanogo.
That's what word on the street was there. Kids were writing it with chalk on the sidewalk, so word literally was on the street about Jared Hollier in the streets of Seattle, Washington.
Yeah,
figures. He played for the Anaheim Angels, but he lived in Seattle. He loved the commute.
It was a heck of a commute.
He was a fan of podcasts, and he just wanted to catch up, so he lived really far away from where he played.
As always, the Courtesy Laugh is sponsored by the podcast Serial. Be sure to check out the Season 1 finale released just recently.
Have y'all listened to that?
I wish there was a podcast Serial. I'd eat it every day.
This is why we keep you on the show.
There's an example of some of the home runs you can see Jared Hollier hit in YouTube tapes from his first season. He's not hitting them anymore, but he hit home runs just like that.
Can I just tell you guys I have not listened to a single second of the Serial podcast.
I've never listened to any podcasts.
I listened to the first epised
and
Serial.
You obviously weren't enthralled.
No, I liked it. I don't work out, which is whenever I listen to it, so I'll listen to it.
It ended today, right? Was today the release of the last
Today was the final episode. The last ep.
Yep.
And that's where we come in.
Yeah.
There's a podcast-shaped hole in the hearts of America, and we're here.
We're here to fill it like a grating of cheese.
Okay.
I liked it. That was one of the stronger metaphors I've heard you use in a while. So
Thank you.
I liked it.
Clogging hearts and taking names.
Okay, here's a hypothetical question for you. Well, it's good to know that my speech impediment is off to a roaring start tonight. Here's a hypothetical question for the two of you. Tyler, if Jared's the guy that doesn't bother taking his shirt off at the youth group Christmas party, which one are you?
Wait, no. Christmas party. Swim party.
No, it was a Christmas swimming party.
Nobody should be taking their shirt off at the Christmas party.
It's an ugly Christmas sweater. We do no Christmas sweater.
My bad. What I was trying to say is, if Jared doesn't take his shirt off at swimming parties, and I'm the guy that always takes his shirt off at the staff Christmas party, which one are you, Tyler?
Well, Joseph, that brings up an interesting question. Let me follow up your question with another question.
Okay.
Forget when I said the interesting question part, and just only remember the part where I said, let me answer your question with another question.
Okay.
What age Tyler are we talking about? Are we talking about the Tyler that used to go to the parties at church, or the one now who does not? Like right now, if I went to one, or when I did go to them in high school?
Yeah, if you went right now to a youth group swimming party of a bunch of kids that you did not know.
Wait, how does he get to this party? Why is he at this party?
Same reason you are, Jared.
But he doesn't know the kids.
We're here to win people to Christ, Jared.
Yeah, you never said that you knew the kids either. I instantly assumed that you were just showing up at random people's houses just because they had a pool, Jared.
So in this hypothetical scenario, Tyler's just walking through a neighborhood, and he sees a bunch of teenagers at a pool party. They're all wearing WWJD bracelets. He's like, oh, they're obviously a church youth group.
Yeah, he walks up. They're all wearing NWO T-shirts. That's what you said, right? Is that it?
And he walks up, and he's like, hey, guys, you might recognize me from TalkHugs.com. I do a lot of videos.
And they would be like, absolutely, we do. You're also a principal or something.
You want to take your shirt off, guy? Oh, yeah, I can do my shirt off, but I'm not going to. And there's where the answer lies. I would leave my shirt on, pants on, and probably wear some sort of light blazer because through my administration classes, you can get fired for just about everything. So as many clothes as possible. I didn't wear my shoes.
That's true. That's true. You can get fired for almost anything. Well, I'd like to thank you all for obliging us here on the Courtesy Laugh. This has been the Courtesy Laugh, sponsored by Serial, the podcast.
Delicious.
Check out each exciting sugar-coated episode.
Tastes as good as it sounds.
Available.
Brought to you by homonyms. Never get old.
Synonym rolls. All right, guys, here's the question I want to throw at you now.
That was good. That was good.
Thank
Ladies and
you.
gentlemen, what Joseph just did there was knock it out of the park.
Yes, not unlike a young Carlos Brabanogo.
Rest in peace.
May he rest in peace. Here's a question that I actually do want to discuss. All right. The other day, I was having a conversation with a friend of mine who is a female. And she, of course, like a lot of females, happens to be a big fan of Tina Fey and Mindy Kaling. Are you two familiar with them? Jared, you appear to be bloating up some sort of soup, and I'm afraid that you might explode.
No,
But-
I was just chewing some blueberry gum, and I think I'm turning into.
Very timely reference, Jared Hollier. That's why we
Did
keep
make a
you
Willy
around.
Wonka reference?
That's exactly what it was.
Oh dear. Oh dear.
Sorry.
Mhm.
Tina Fey, Mindy
Yeah,
Kaling.
Tina Fey and Mindy Kaling are very popular role models, I guess, for the current generation of young adult females.
Well,
Question.
they're like Paul Rudd and Sean William Scott.
Question.
for the
Hold
student
on.
Community.
Would you
Jared has-
include Amy Poehler and Zoe
You
Deschanel?
wouldn't include Zoe Deschanel. You would include Amy Poehler.
Why
Ooh.
not Zoe Deschanel?
I think Zoe Deschanel gets a bad rap from chicks because she's too quirky for most of them. And
Okay.
the ones that like to follow a popular person are not the kind that are similar to Zoe Deschanel.
Interesting.
Okay.
I actually see quite a handful of people. Actually, now that I think about it, a lot of people that I can think of that I know that are really big into Zoe Deschanel are a little bit younger than the mid-20s crowd. Like
Okay.
they're either like fresh out of college, maybe still in college, something like that.
Fresh out of Compton.
Fresh out of Compton, maybe still in Compton, something
Could-
like that.
Could be stuck there.
Compton Institute of Technology.
Yes.
MIT.
see.
Compton.
What if MIT had like a branch in Compton? Like, they're like, all right, we're just gonna put one out here. You kids will go out here and read this side for this coast. It's a great idea.
It is a great idea. Let's go ahead, and I'm going to
That's
ask
a
that
ballot.
you draw up like a draft, like I don't know, who do we need to send this to some sort of local government official to get like the ball rolling on forming a charter school?
I'm on it. I've done it. I'm out.
Okay,
I'm done
thank
with
you.
this.
So,
Okay, so back to the girls.
sure, I would put Poehler and Deschanel maybe on the second tier of role models because there's something about Tina Fey and Mindy Kaling, probably the fact that they had their own like TV shows that they created and whatnot. That and like write for or whatever that and write. Poehler's getting up there with her books and everything, but
Okay.
anyway, they kind of seem to be the popular role models to choose, probably because they're different than they're not like supermodels. They're not
They're
in like
relatable.
yeah, they're not in the fashion world. They just happen to be very driven, independent, witty, and like strong-natured people. And those are good qualities for young adults to emulate. So if those are the role models that what's the
Tyler
tag?
actually.
Tyler has just come up with a
There you
tagline for MIT Compton. What's the tagline there?
Bring your brain, brah.
Just
I don't
had to
know
screenshot
firsthand.
that real quick.
I don't know if firsthand if breath is popularly used in Compton, but I'm going to take your word for it.
Well, I
Sup,
don't
Ray?
really consider myself an expert, but I am a local expert on Compton.
That sounds about right.
Sup, bruh.
Brah.
Bruh.
Vera?
Compton's really into Snapchat.
Yeah.
Sorry.
So, my Brez, tell me, what's the male equivalent of like a Tina Fey and a Mindy Kaling? Who do we
Res
have?
before his.
Brez before heads, yeah? It just sounds like, I don't know. You sound like you're from Eastern Europe when you say that or something.
Bres before his, y'all.
Yeah. You're like an Amish guy. I'm trying to sneak in. Like my Amish son.
Brez before heads. Time to raise the barn.
Yeah. Y'all seen the Tim Allen movie? Or Chris Galley? I don't know. That was like Irish. I don't know. That wasn't very Amish.
So,
Yes. Yar.
the things I've learned tonight is that, well, one of the main things I've learned tonight is that Tyler thinks the Amish people are really big into Tim Allen movies.
Well,
They
he
do.
pretended to
The
be an
Amish
Amish.
people love Tim
He
Allen.
pretended to be an Amish dude in a movie.
Because he uses a lot of power tools, and they like to live vicariously through.
For richer or poorer? Was it?
There's
the jungle.
There's a thin line between doing a home improvement noise and a Scooby-Doo noise.
Row. Ow. Row. Wilson. Takes off Wilson's mask at the end.
And I would have gotten away with it too.
It was my
you,
son
good neighbor.
Huh?
Nothing. Don't worry about it. What's the male equivalent of Tina Fey and Mindy Kaling? What do you think? Tyler, you're someone who has lots of opinions about wanting to be other people. Why don't you lay some of those on us?
I think that you're safe with like a Robert Downey Jr.
No, I'm gonna veto or argue with that one.
You're not the president, so I'm gonna push your veto on the floor where it belongs. Joseph's the president of Courtesy Lab.
Oh, okay.
I think that was well established.
Yeah, in the bylaws. What's a bylaw?
Was that a joke?
It's a quote from Dodgeball. Earlier when I said you can't do quotes anymore for movies, and I just did one. I just did it.
We weren't on the air when you said that, so no one understands that reference.
I know, but they...
We'll edit this part out.
No, we won't.
No.
You're probably right.
No. Jared, what's your problem with Robert Downey Jr.?
We just established that Tina Fey and Mindy Kaling are popular with young women because they're super relatable. Mm-hmm. Do you relate to Robert Downey Jr.?
Well, I am hopelessly addicted to a lot of things, so...
He is above.
He does
he's
have
not
heart and
relatable.
soul, that's for sure.
Okay, maybe Robert Downey Jr. Heart and Soul edition, but not Iron Man, billionaire, dating supermodels.
Not his character, but him as a person, because...
Yeah, that's what I'm describing. Him
men
as a
are
person.
threatened by attractive men, and he's not super attractive, but he's witty, and he's very sarcastic. And a lot of dudes are like try to oh, I'm very sarcastic, but you're not, but you like to say you are. And so somebody
I know you're talking to me right now, Tyler. Just come on out and say my name.
Say my
think
name,
of it like
say
this.
my name.
Girls like Tina Fey.
I love you.
You ain't running game.
Don't go chasing waterfall. What? So Jared, what do you not like about Robert Downey Jr.?
They like Tina Fey because if they feel like if they ran into Tina Fey in a frozen yogurt shop, they could just sit down and start talking and be best friends.
Oh,
if you ran into Robert Downey Jr.
at fine, I misunderstood it.
Burritos,
Jimmy Fallon is my answer. Jimmy Fallon.
Woo!
I think that's a much better answer.
That's because it's correct. I was testing you, Jared. I gave you a pump fake. You took it. I said, "Good job. Here's my real answer." Jimmy Fallon.
My issue with those is that while Tyler pointed out the guys are I don't know, afraid of dudes that are attractive or whatever. I'm more like I just don't like people that I know I'm better than. And
do you think you're better than Jimmy Fallon and Robert Downey Jr.?
I think I'm better than Jimmy Fallon.
In what ways?
Height, for starters. But I've got Downey Jr. beat on that too.
Probably athletic ability. Jimmy Fallon is very athletic. I love him, but he's not very athletic.
It's the cheapest shot that you can take when talking about Jimmy Fallon, but I do have him beat in the stifling laughter ability. But
you're 3 for 3 so far.
Yep. Well, I mean, aren't those the only 3 that matter?
Height, athleticism, stifling laughter.
That's the only reason I was elected president of the Courtesy Laugh.
Yeah, that's the only reason I married my wife.
Yeah.
What?
Tyler was
You're
not
so good at
his wife until I told him. Hey.
She's so good at stifling laughter, she doesn't laugh at anything, I think. She's that good at it. Like, she acts like I don't even say it anymore, so I just, okay.
So, in this episode of the Courtesy Laugh, Jared and I will serve as marriage and family therapists to help save Tyler Tarver's marriage. Tyler.
No. People are like, and how do you live with him? And she's like, I just don't think he's very funny. So,
it's super easy.
Yeah. I just don't laugh at it. I'm just kidding. She's the best thing I am sometimes, but she doesn't laugh out loud very often. And when she does, it's like a joke between us. When she laughs, like for real, like I always used to keep like trying to make her laugh more because it never happened. And so she called me out on it. So now when I say something funny, she laughs. I just stop talking for like 20 minutes. The end.
Yeah, I stayed a weekend with the Tarvers sometime during the summer.
That's true.
And Amanda distinctly told me that I was significantly funnier than anyone she'd ever met in her entire life. I'm pretty sure that quote happened.
I don't doubt it even a little bit. I think my daughter had a lot to ask you, too. About.
Yes, your daughter asked me things like, where'd Daddy go?
Which sounds super like I do need marriage counseling.
No.
She's asking another man, where's Daddy?
And the worst part was when Joseph looked at her and said, "I'm your new dad."
I'm your new dad.
She said, "Oh, take jacket off." And then I had to take her jacket
Where's
off.
Casey?
Yeah. So this conversation's going well.
Yeah.
Yeah, Jimmy Fallon seems reasonable. See, the thing about Jimmy Fallon is that, like, I mean, he's got the creativity.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Right. And by the way, I don't actually think I'm better than Jimmy Fallon. He's won me over ever since he had his show.
Mm-hmm.
Before then, I just didn't care much for him. I like what he's doing though, because he's got the creativity, and that's really what links Tina Fey, Mindy Kaling, and then Fallon as well. They have that creativity and everything, but the unique qualities of Tina Fey and Mindy Kaling are the fact that they are like independent, strong-willed.
You think so? You don't think it's just that? See, I don't even think of them in those terms. I think of them like they're just, like you were saying, they're not supermodels. They look like somebody's sister that you know. They look like people you went to high school with.
Sure. Jared, I couldn't hear you. Could you move a little closer to your camera, the microphone? Just a little bit closer, and I won't be able to hear you. There you go. Okay, now one more time. Jurassic Park over here.
Look, the relatability is definitely something for sure. I think part of the relatability is that they don't, maybe they aren't like conform to societal norms.
Mm-hmm.
Whoa, you're getting really psychological here.
Thank you. I'm minored in it. I'm
Where's the
basically
final
an expert.
exam, Professor?
I'm minored in it. So excuse me. Let me learn you something.
All right, can I throw out a guy that I think fits the category?
Please do, because I forgot where
I
I was
hope he
going.
says Robert Downey Jr.
Well, I'm going to say two back to back. I'm just going to say their names: Paul Rudd and Jason Sudeikis.
Yes, Paul Rudd. Okay, Jason Sudeikis.
Why not Jason Sudeikis?
Because when you see Jason Sudeikis, like I mean, I think he's the kind of guy that you'd hang out with, and all he would do is prove how much funnier he is than you the whole time.
You think so?
Yeah, if you're ever in a group.
Oh, so it's like hanging out with Jared Hollier. No wonder Jared likes Jason Sudeikis so much.
Oh, yeah, because he wants to top him. He wants to top him like the end of Inception.
Hang on, guys. Let me get a piece of gum. Oh, no.
He did it again. He did it again. Every time.
He gets me.
Never mind. You are funnier than us. You and Jimmy Fallon should get together and be better than me at all times.
Oh, you still be taller.
Too.
I didn't hear what you said, Tyler.
Don't worry about it. Next.
You can choose to ignore it.
I wish Paul Rudd would get his own TV show. I'd watch it. I think he's adorable.
Yeah, but I mean, I like the guy.
Well, this has been the courtesy laugh. I want to give a quick shout out to
Why does Joseph keep trying to shut us down?
Batiba cereal.
Cereal. Sarah
Tastes
Comey.
great. Sounds great.
Put it in the podcast.
Put it in your
Breakfast?
mouth and your ears.
Listen to cereal.
Listen to it. Eat it.
Don't want to do that.
It's a homonym. Cereal.
What do you guys
so many
think? That,
Cheerios. So many Cheerios. They call me a serial killer.
You're right. You are really good at stifling laughter, Joseph. You have a gift.
yeah,
You have a gift.
it was really difficult right then. Where do you guys think that on the spectrum of male celebrities? Where do you think like the current I don't know, a lot of guys that are being like comedy stars in like movies and everything are the Seth Rogen, James Franco, Jonah Hill, Channing Tatum combos, with their current films. Like what? Where do you
Like a
think
really funny person partnering up with an attractive kind of funny person? Is that what you're talking about?
No, because that insinuates that Seth Rogen and Jonah Hill are both really funny people, and I'm not convinced that they're really funny people. I just think they do what they do well, but I don't think they're like really funny. I don't
Wait,
know.
so what's your question here? Are you asking like, are we heading
Where do they
toward
where do
nothing
they
but
fit on where do they fit on the
movies?
spectrum? Are they people that we're supposed to emulate in some sort of way, or are they
No.
just?
I think anybody that's I want to say any stand-up comedian,
Mhm.
but it's not any of them because Jimmy Fallon did a lot of stand-up. But like any stand-up comedian that relies heavily on the types of jokes that like Seth Rogen and Jonah Hill and like the negative type of comedy almost. It's not negative, but like I don't know that type of comedy.
Stoner
I don't think they're
comedy.
going to be the one that's going to be like that's my BFF. Like
Sure.
I want to be friends with them. Like Justin Timberlake could be the guy, but that's only because he looks like such good friends with Jimmy Fallon. You think of friendship, and you think you could replace either one of them and just be just best buds with the other one.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that makes sense. It really does feel like Timberlake and Fallon are the two guys because they have the talent. Whether or not you care much for the talent. Never been a big Justin Timberlake fan personally, but he's very talented, and I respect
You're
that.
a pretty big guy. You're tall. You can be that big fan.
Oh,
Got more faith in your size, man. You're a
see,
big guy.
I'm only allowed to be fans of most NBA players. Just
How
because
tall are you, Joseph?
How tall are you?
Take a guess, Jared. If you just had a
6'4".
guess, having stood next to me at least twice,
I'm 6'4".
Has it
That was
just been
pretty good.
twice?
it's a pretty good guess. Tyler, do you have a guess here?
6'4" and a little bit more than Jared said.
Ooh, an even better guess, but I'm 6'3".
But
closer.
so I got second.
Yeah. So
But we both went over, so the lady that bid $1 actually won.
Mm-hmm. Bum, bum, ba-da.
Rachel's a stay-at-home mom who watches a lot of daytime soaps.
They don't do that on The Price is Right.
They should, because then it would help people
Kinda do.
visualize the person I had in my head.
They
Read a
kind of
book. Tyler.
do that.
Where do you guys put Jimmy Kimmel on
No,
this list? Not at all?
Jimmy Kimmel would be cool, but he'd be making fun of you the whole time.
I think you're right
Right.
about that.
Jimmy Kimmel and Jon Stewart kind of fit in the same
Yeah.
area of kind of just super one-dimensional, I feel like.
Colbert would
Yeah.
do it in a way where you didn't know he was making fun of you until later. You're like, oh wow, this whole time he's been mocking me.
Yeah. And with Colbert, I don't think we've seen enough of him yet. We've seen the Colbert Report, which is the last episode is happening.
Right now?
Yeah, right now.
That's where all our viewers are.
Yeah, that's what it is.
We have that big demographic.
Right. And he's transitioning into an area in which I guess more talents would be on stage, and so maybe we'll see something more out of him, but he lacks as of right now, he kind of lacks the resume of someone like a Fallon and Timberlake.
Yeah.
I'm really nervous to see Stephen Colbert on late night because he's been a character for so long.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I just wonder if he's going to be able to transition to...
But he's been an incredible interviewer, even as the character.
But he's always been as a character.
Yeah, but he's been an incredible interviewer, even as the character.
Yeah.
But he's as the character.
But he's
Yeah,
pretending
but
to be
he's been
someone
an
else.
incredible interviewer, even as the character.
Speaking of characters, you're one, Waka Waka.
Right, but Stephen Colbert's been an incredible interviewer, even as the character.
So we're saying no to...
Making noises.
We're saying no. Okay, so let's do this.
Mm-hmm.
If you had to pick one male celebrity to be your bud, who are you gonna pick? Like to be your Tina Fey, to be your Amy Poehler,
Right.
to be your Mindy Kaling. Who are you
Yeah.
going with?
Well, something I want to point out before we get to that, though, is that you think it's interesting that, for the most part, like, guy role models, as far as male actors and celebrities and all, have always been, like, the George Clooney's and Brad Pitt's and that sort of thing. And right now, the really popular female role models are, the Tina Feys and Mindy Kaling's, like the...
But do you think George Clooney and Brad Pitt were guys' role models, or were they popular with women?
I think Clooney was. I think Brad Pitt was to an extent, but I think Clooney had more of the what we're talking about, where you'd want to be friends with him, because Clooney never takes he's arguably one of the biggest stars in the world. You know what I mean? When you think of like biggest stars, he's top 3. But he never he's the kind of guy who mocks the Academy Awards because he's like, guys, get over yourselves. You know what I mean? Like he seems like his interviews, he seems very down to earth, very conversational. It's not like Brad Pitt where he's just like, you can tell, like, stop showing me your face. Like, I get it, you're attractive. Just stop pushing your face at me.
He did have that bad habit. I noticed him on the red carpet a lot, just walking right up to people who were just on the side.
Sticking his face at people.
He's just like,
You just turn around and you're like, whoa, is that Brad Pitt's face in my face?
It's just right there.
You
Again.
Face pushers. Bark. Woof. Am I right?
Yeah.
Let's just keep making noises for a minute.
Good.
Okay, so we're saying that right now, basically the qualified, this isn't necessarily Oh, okay. But this isn't necessarily like the role model thing. This is now, would you want to be your celebrity best friend? That's kind of what we're seeing people do with Faye and Kaling, right?
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
Celebrity best friends. Okay, I like that. Jared, you get a gold star for that observation.
Yeah. It's redeemable at your local Best Buy.
I'll take it.
But you can't use it in one of the vending machine Best Buys in the airport. You can't use it there.
I've never seen a vending machine Best Buy.
Are you serious?
What airports have you been in, Jared?
Best Buy Express.
Nope,
Jared,
never seen it.
Jared, what airports have you been in?
Tray in a vending machine.
How many airports have I been in?
No, which one specifically? Name them all.
Tell us all of them.
Bush in
There's
Houston.
one.
Bush International
layover
in Houston.
Where's your layover?
Love Field in Dallas.
Okay, that's the second one.
Thought so.
Atlanta.
That's the third one.
Minneapolis.
Okay. Was
That's
it smaller than the regular Apollos?
Exotic location.
Amsterdam.
Do you think anybody's ever made that Minneapolis joke that I just made?
I've ignored it several times. Does that count? Did what I just say just count?
Louisville.
Could you almost say the whole
Kentucky.
sentence like 3 more times?
There's a sixth one.
And a small one in Africa one time.
Still counts.
Was that the regular Apollos or was that the larger Apollos? See, there's that stifling laughter thing. You're holding it back. I'm proud of you. Good work. Okay, so who do you want to be your celebrity best friend? Joseph, what do you got?
I'm gonna go with.
Wait. I want to throw one more thing at you.
Okay, please do.
When I made my list, I wrote down Jason Sudeikis, Jason Segel, and Jason Bateman, and then I thought, is there something just kind of likable about guys named Jason?
You just think they're an everyman because every time, like you were trained that in school, starting kindergarten, 12th grade, every day they'd call out like 3 Jasons on roll. So you just feel like Jasons are your people.
I guess they are.
Yeah.
Thanks, Jason. This episode brought to you by Jason.
Jason Serial, founder of the Serial Podcast.
Tastes so good, I want to rub my face in it.
Don't be a face pusher.
Rip my face in it.
Okay, Joseph, who you got?
I was actually gonna go with Jason Segel.
Really?
Because he's tall.
Yeah, he meets my main major factors. He's taller than me.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So that's important.
Hang on, I'm gonna Google how tall is Jason Segel.
He's 6'4".
You just knew that?
Yeah, I keep track of these things. I gotta know who would be my celebrity best friends.
Just
It'd be
in
me
case.
and Jason Segel. It'd be me and Jason Segel and Conan O'Brien just chilling on an island somewhere, probably being best buds.
He is 6'4". You're exactly right.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. That's happening. You're just holding your phone up to us. That's cool. Is it still happening? Okay. Yeah, there's Neil Patrick
Doogie
Harris
Howser.
Just showing us photos of
Neil
people.
Patrick Harris has the same birthday as me.
Neil
Not sure
Patrick
who that
Harris
But it's
is
Helen
Oh,
Hunt.
Chloe Smothers.
and Wade
5'2". 5'2".
Neil Patrick Harris is not 5'2".
5'2". I'm sorry, I thought you said Prince. Prince is.
Oh,
Neil Patrick
Prince.
Harris 6'0".
Okay.
Mhm.
We're throwing letters into where numbers go. That's fine.
Yeah.
That's fine.
Yeah. So basically, yeah, my dream team would be me, Jason Segel, Conan O'Brien, and then Prince, and Prince would just be our jester.
Seth Rogen's 5'11".
Yes, he is.
He's taller than I thought. I figured he was 5'6", 5'8".
That was way off. You're doing very good depth perception.
Wow,
Exactly.
James Franco's 5'11" also.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's why they're good friends.
Yeah, because of the height
That
thing.
makes
Same
sense. I get it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Height.
Yeah.
Height.
Height.
So yeah, I'd go with Jason Segel because he does strike me as the type of guy who comes across as just very agreeable and just a generally friendly person. Not to mention he kind of just was like I don't know, he kind of just like appeared out of nowhere one day. You know what I mean? Like he was like Freaks and Geeks, and then it was just like.
Then he did Slackers. I got a broken tibia.
He was in Slackers?
I've never saw all the
He's one of the main
Slackers.
three dudes. That's the first thing I ever saw him in. My name's. He says his name. He says, I broke my tibia. Remember?
No. Clearly, neither of us remember this. Why did you just ask if we remembered it?
Do you remember
There's
the
one.
part where he dunked it? Cool
Nope.
Ethan. Remember he was talking to Cool Ethan and he dunked it?
I didn't see it.
No. It's coming back to me. Just keep telling me. What is it now?
He was the one that was like, and he goes, like, one time the main guy said something, he goes, and made that face. You remember that part?
It's coming back to me. Jared, isn't this coming back to you?
Like a Celine Dion song.
Mm-hmm.
It was, remember, because it was the guy from Adventures of Pete and Pete, it was the guy
That was
from
it.
Final Destination, and then it was Jason Segel, the
Yeah.
tall, skinny one, who
Yeah.
dunked it and made the face like this.
Exactly. No, that all makes sense. Hey, Jared, how do you feel about Jason Schwartzman?
It's Cool Ethan. That's Cool Ethan.
I like him better as a musician than as a actor.
Coconut Records?
I was really into Phantom Planet in high school.
Okay.
Oh my goodness. Ba-na-na-na-na, da-na-na-na-na. Isn't that California, Here They Come?
Yeah, and then there was the other song of theirs. Ba-na-na-na-na, ba-na-na-na-na, but done differently because
But
it was
then
the
that one
European
time-
release and it was a bonus track.
And then there was the episode where Ryan hit that teacher at the fair, and then they slowed it down. Ba-na-na-na-na, ba-na-na-na-na. You don't know that, though, because Jared promised till death do us part we're going to do every OC thing, and he did 2 and quit. He said, and I quote, Tyler, I promise, in solidarity, I will do every episode of this with you.
Mhm.
Boom, never heard from him again. 9 months later, hello, my name's Tyler.
Yeah, that was it.
Okay, so you
And
know
that's how Tyler Jones. Yeah, Jason Segel, he meets my main 3 qualities, height and the other 2.
Okay.
Tyler, who would be your celebrity best?
Mine would be Donald Glover. And the reason
Of course.
is because he meets my 3 qualifications, which are not like made up to be funny. They're just like legit ones that you said. 1, he likes rap music. Well, he's only 5'10", about a 1.78 meters.
Tyler Tarver, 5'2".
I'm 6
5
foot.
2. 5 foot.
I'm 5'12", so we're right there at each other's height. Likes rap music.
Mhm.
Likes Super Smash Brothers.
Do you know that for sure?
Yep. Likes Dragon Ball Z.
Jared, would you mind crunching ice a little bit closer to your
Oh,
mic?
could y'all? Sorry, I
It sounded
tried
more to me like
to.
he's eating cereal.
I'm not going to do it. All right. So Donald Glover, those are really good. I mean, you described like me in high school, and also described you in high school. At best I can tell, just described Donald Glover in high school.
No, that's Donald Glover now, is what he's saying. That's the thing. That's why Tyler and Donald Glover are friends, because they like those things.
Right. Yeah, exactly. I kind of feel like Donald Glover might have been talking about what he was like in high school when he made those references.
Yeah. Yeah.
That would be Tyler's fourth qualification, talks a lot about high school.
No, that's not that. It's not that. Say it ain't so. Say it ain't so. Movie quote. What's up? Next.
That's it. Jared, who you got? Who's your celebrity
I'm
best
taking
friend? Every
Paul
Jason
Rudd.
Patrick.
Paul Rudd,
Paul
5'10".
That's my bud. You can get a shirt made.
I would, and he'd wear it, and he'd look like this when he wore it. He's not. I like Paul Rudd because he's not a leading man. He's a great second guy, and I feel like I've spent my whole life being that guy. Like I'm always somebody's sidekick. I'm always Robin, never Batman. So
Well, he's Ant-Man, so he's
not.
actually the hero.
Wait, what?
He's gonna be Ant-Man, so he's actually the hero. So.
Well, I'm gonna watch it. He's super likable. He's funny, but not over the top. Laugh out loud funny. I think
He was the lead role in.
I love you, man.
Yeah, and I love you, man. Thank you. For
And
some
also
reason.
that.
Yeah, go ahead.
Also,
But
that
even that
movie.
felt like a Jason Segel movie.
To an extent, but
I feel like it was more of a David Krumholtz movie.
I really felt like it was Rashida Jones that brought that movie together.
She really did because she's attractive.
Mm-hmm.
Slapping the bass.
Slap at the bass. Why does like
bass.
everybody quote that at all times?
Because it's a funny line. And they always hold it way up here. Slapping the bass.
What, you don't hold your bass way up there?
Nope. I hold
Why
it
not?
behind my neck. I play
That's
it backwards.
Okay. So there we go. Celebrity best friends. So we talked about how, just to recap, we talked about how Jimmy Fallon and Justin Timberlake are probably like the current ideal, like witty, creative,
Down to earth.
really intelligent, talented, and attractive people that men can like strive to be. And then none of us wanted to actually be best friends with any of them.
I just wanted to mix it
I wouldn't.
up because we'd already talked about them, so I was just like, I'll just mix it up.
But it goes back to relatability. I think Justin Timberlake is great, but I would not be at the same parties as Justin Timberlake. I feel like Paul Rudd and I could show up at Dave & Buster's together, and people would be like, "Yeah, that's normal."
Is that the place that sells college gear?
Mm-hmm.
Do they sell college gear at Dave & Buster's? No, it's like Chuck E. Cheese for grown-ups.
Oh. What's the place that sells college gear? It's like two people's names.
Oh yeah.
Not Mitchell and Ness. It's the other one.
It's always right by Old Navy.
Abercrombie and Fitch.
No.
Sears and Roebuck.
No.
Yeah. Sears and Roebucks. That's it.
Okay. God, I got that one right.
Good job.
Somebody
That was close.
Somebody's listening to this and screaming the answer at us.
Nobody's listening to this. Because everyone has switched over to our sponsor podcast, Serial. Hosted by Sarah Conning.
Did you say Sarah Conning?
Sarah
Like from Terminator?
Connor. Yeah, Sarah Connors.
We got to get these people to hell.
Is that it? Oh, are we done with that conversation? Sarah Connors would be my celebrity best friend.
It's not a tumor.
Hi, I'm Sarah Connor. I talk like a Terminator.
Jared, I
Even
really
though
think-
I'm a lady.
Jared, I think I have a lot of relatability to Justin Timberlake.
How so?
Well, we grew up all of 3 hours away from each other.
Mm-hmm. Yep, that puts you in the same hemisphere of like a multi-million amount of people. So
Not really. There's not a whole lot of people that live in between Jackson, Mississippi and Memphis, Tennessee. Also, the fact that there's the obvious connection of Lance Bass.
wow.
What's the connection with you and Lance Bass?
We grew up in the same town.
Really?
Yeah.
And plus,
Lance went to high school with my older brother.
did he really?
Yeah, they were in the same grade.
No, he didn't.
They were?
Did he really?
Yeah.
You double promise?
I triple promise. I promise on my broken finger.
I'm still trying to Google the name of that store that sells nothing but college stuff.
Sears and Roebuck.
No,
Pretty sure Steers a Roebuck, Jared. I'd almost
it's
bet
not
my life
Dave &
on
Buster's.
it. I bet my life on it. That's a quote from Princess Bride. Man.
There it is.
I've done more movie quotes in this podcast than I have in the last 3 years.
Exactly. It's good to have you back, Tyler.
No.
So that's going to wrap up our conversation with celebrity best friends. If anyone is listening to this podcast and wants to tell us who their celebrity best friend is, tweet at us, courtesy_laugh.
Or if you're listening and you know the name of the store we're trying to think of, where they sell nothing but college gear.
It's really
like two
rude
guys'
us.
names.
Really
in the
chapping
mall.
us out.
Whatever it is.
You can give us a hand here.
If you just want to
Ralph
make
and
any comments
Cactus.
at all, you can find us on Facebook, find us on Twitter. We'd love to hear back from you, and who knows, maybe we'll even mention you at some point in time to our friends and family around the dinner table.
Wait, are we going to do another podcast, or is this like a one-time?
What are you talking about? We do this every week.
We've been doing it every day for a year, 365 podcasts.
Yep, that's it. 365 podcasts. It's the Courtesy Live. Brought to you by Sue.
Stephen Berries.
I'm pretty sure it's Sam and Roebuck. Sam and Roebuck.
Oh my goodness. Thanks, Google.
Stam and Roebucks is what it's called. Looks a lot like an Old Navy.
It looks a lot like the Tonight Show with David Letterman.
It does.
It does.
It does, man. It's a
Oh,
good
what? You
combination.
want to go inside and shop? Here you go.
Yeah.
Just walk right in the door.
Swim on in there.
Oh no! I ran into the side of the doorway. Thanks, Jared. Couldn't even make us walk in their door straight. You want to do one more skit before we do our sign off and everything?
More than anything in the world.
Sure.
dude.
Let me just get a piece of gum real quick.
Oh, it's happening! It's happening!
He's the Willy Wonka of our time.
It's what you call a callback.
Okay. Why would we do that?
What?
All right. So we're doing a Kanye West getting a grilled cheese sandwich.
Can we talk about how,
Grocery.
how
And
James
now,
Franco and Seth
Kanye
Rogen?
West getting a grocery sandwich.
Let's do. I said grilled cheese.
I don't think that's what you said.
I said after I said grocery sandwich, he has to get the groceries to make the sandwich. You never call grilled cheese a grocery sandwich? Sorry, Mississippi. Okay, I got you. How about this? Seth Rogen.
And James Franco shut down Hollywood with a movie.
That sounds ridiculous. No one will ever believe
No,
it.
never. Not believable.
Let's do a dramatic reading. You remember?
Okay.
You guys remember those?
Yeah, what are we searching?
What would be a good one?
Air Bud.
All right, sounds good.
Nope. My account's been suspended. Can't go there.
What did you do?
Okay, how about Air Bud Spikes Back?
Yes, absolutely. I just found the same thing.
Okay, are you in the yellow page?
Hold up, it's loading for me real quick. Yeah, it's the yellow page.
Alright, I just sent it to both of y'all. Oh, no, I didn't. I just emailed your names, nothing. Now
Thanks,
I
buddy.
Are you getting some milk, Jared? What would you need milk for at this time of day?
What?
Alright. We just lost $400. Thanks, Jared.
Took my headphones out so I could get some milk.
That's why they say the Jets lost a step or two. That's why the back of his card has a lot of different teams in the last few years. And scene.
All right.
Man, guys, it's tough playing that character of Tyler.
Mhm.
I'm glad we're stuck with it. Appreciate y'all.
What are we doing?
Reading the script from Air Bud Strikes Back, 2003.
We still podcasting?
Yep.
Got some milk.
Yep,
Got some
we're gonna
milk.
do this.
Not even editing this out.
Please, for the love of God, edit it out.
Had to get some milk for my cereal.
It's the Courtesy Laugh, brought to you by Cereal.
Brought to you by milk.
Podcast.
Forget cereal.
Podcast. The only cereal made from actual unsolved mysteries.
Are you the narrator, Joseph?
Yes.
Okay, I'll be the. We'll just rotate lines because there's no people who are talking.
Oh my goodness.
There's a man talking. There's a boy talking.
Oh, I see it now. This is the worst written script ever.
This is terrible. What's this format?
All right. I'll be the man. I'll be the man, and you be the boy.
Who's
Sounds like
the boy?
Like
the man only has one line.
A weird.
All right.
This club have everything.
Let's go to the pool and take our shirts off.
Men, boys,
Read some scripts to each other.
fur taped to the end of your face. Okay, face pushing. All right.
All right. Y'all ready?
Yeah.
I will introduce it again. Sound good?
Mm-hmm. Not editing.
And Tyler, you said you're going to be the. Tyler, you be Noah. Jared, you'll be his mom.
Okay.
Wait, where's the? Oh, okay.
Yeah. And
Woof.
where do you want to go to?
No, till you tell us to stop.
Let's do the whole thing. Let's
Okay.
just do the whole movie. The whole movie.
Best podcast ever.
Y'all ready to go?
Yes.
And now, a dramatic reading from the 2003 masterpiece, Air Bud Spikes Back. For this reading, I will be serving as the sound effects and narrator. Tyler Tarver will play the part of Noah.
He's gonna play the point.
He'll be on.
He's gonna play the
birds.
And Aaron Hollier will play the part of Noah's mother.
He'll be the line. Points, lines, and planes. We're teaching geometry. Go ahead. Start.
We open on an outdoor scene with birds chirping and apparently a gull cawing. Chirp, chirp, chirp.
Good morning, Rich.
Ding, 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 ding. Now it's Noah, a.k.a. the boy.
No, it says boy. That's not
Okay.
Who's am I Noah?
Yes, you are.
Come on, buddy. We've got to practice.
Woof.
Good boy. He doesn't have much time. Remember, it's Andrea's last day of school. She'll be expecting him. We'll be fast. Okay, buddy, you ready?
Woof. Woof.
Remember, go as fast as you can. And go! Stop. Isn't he good, Mom? 16 seconds.
Ho ho.
I think we should give him an ice cream.
Oh, you do, huh?
Well,
Oh, well, maybe after dinner. But Andrea needs Buddy. Dude, why is it written like this?
only 5 words per line. That's professional grade.
Andrea needs Buddy to pick her up at school. He better go.
I told you, Horton. This road takes us straight to Fernfield.
I'll be hoarding for you.
Oh, okay, go ahead.
I don't know. Doug, I think we're lost.
No.
That's a typo in the script.
Oh no.
There it is.
I don't know. God, that was
Guys, what's the percentage chance this is actually the legit script that he used for this movie? Like, we're thinking, guys, this does not look like a regular script. There's super typos. Like, who cares, man? Everybody strikes back. It's 2003.
It's just scribbled on the back of a box of cereal.
We don't have the resources to rewrite this one right now.
We gotta go film Facing the Giants in a few minutes.
He basically just like opened up like his phone and started like texting it to other people. All right, I can only fit this many words in the line, but we're gonna go.
We're gonna keep going.
Ah, crap!
He's
I
trying to write
misspelled.
the whole script in the part on the notebook paper between the side and the pink line, where it's like right there. To leave the rest for drawings and doodles.
Oh, whoops. I accidentally called the character Doug Doe with an H. Guess I gotta keep it that way for the rest of the script.
Oh my goodness.
Like, I'm scanning through it, and I really do think that he kept it as Doe. Yeah.
Maybe there's Doug and Doe. The mom, I really want to name them Doug, but they're twins, so they need to be similar, because that's the rule. That's the rule.
Yep. Hey, guys, without looking at the movie cover like I just did, what sport do you think Air Bud plays in this film?
I would say...
Air Bud spikes back.
I would say football, with all honesty. In all honesty.
Spikes back, I would guess either volleyball or a Renaissance fair.
He's Bowser.
If I remember correctly, the football one was golden receiver.
If this isn't football, then this is stupid, and they're seriously wrong.
Yeah, it is stupid because it is volleyball, which is commonly known as the stupid person sport.
Is it?
Is it?
Is it?
It's pretty commonly known.
Is it?
Listen, Doe. I don't need your back talk, okay?
Is it though?
Is it really, Joseph? I'm Carlos Probanogo. I'm here to teach you how to punt a line drive. When you punt a line drive, you have to push the bat towards the ball, because it's like a hit, but you have two hands. One separated from the other. Jared left while I was doing that.
And this has been
That's so
a dramatic
disrespectful.
reading
That's just
of the 2003 classic, the fifth and final film in the original Air Bud series, Air Bud Spikes Back. Thank you for joining us for this, another Courtesy Laugh dramatic reading.
Hey, this is Tyler. I'm sorry, let me start over. Hey, this is Joseph with the Courtesy Laugh. I want to thank all of you guys for listening to our first ever episode we've ever had, and I just really appreciate everybody for coming out and listening to me, the president of Courtesy Laugh, lay it out there for you. I want to pick favorites, but I'm my favorite, and let me introduce you to these other guys. First one's Jared Hollier. Known across many states as Jared Hollier.
Hi, I'm Jared Hollier. You might remember me from pastoring a church in Texas. I like to eat tacos in Texas. Today, I hunted 17 deer with a bow in Texas.
We also sat around and talked about Texas in Texas.
This is a day in the life of me, Jared Hollier,
In Texas.
a Texas native son.
Texas forever.
I'm a big fan of the Houston Texans because their name has Texas in it.
It's true. This is all very true.
That's true. That's true.
My dream is to be coddled and rocked to sleep by Texans defensive end J.J. Watt in Texas.
Yeah.
And boy,
Yes.
can he rock. Rock!
I will now pass the microphone from Texas over to the foothills of the Ozarks and Mr. Tyler Tarver.
I'm Tyler Tarver. I used to teach math, but now I'm a principal. And I look at me. I got more hairs than a rabbit farm. I'm so cool. I'm just saying things like metaphors and similes sometimes. And I'm like Ryan Gosling. I'm like the Sam's Choice version of Ryan Gosling, but I don't mean like a baby goose. You ever seen a baby goose? One time I saw a baby goose. He fell in the sewer drain. I was like, hey, come back here. And then I made a video, talkhugs.com.
Pretty good. That's pretty good.
My name's Knox McCoy. You can find me on the podcast.
I'd like to give a shout out to Mark Cox, who's going to be the only guy that listens to this thing.
Hey, Mark.
He's our only fan. Mark, we really appreciate you. We really do.
I meant to call you back. I'll do it soon, Mark.
I met Mark in a Chick-fil-A.
You did.
Yeah.
Not on purpose. You were just
Not on purpose. I was just sitting there, And this guy comes in, and I'm like, man, that looks a lot like someone I feel like I should know. And he sees me and goes, oh, hey, man. I walked over and started chatting. I was like, oh, it's Mark Cox.
That's funny.
And after, like, we chatted for like 10, 15 minutes. And then he was about to leave. I was like, all right, it's good to meet you. And he's like, okay, and left. And then he tweeted at me about 5 minutes later and goes, so I didn't realize the entire time we were chatting that we hadn't actually met in person before. So now it makes sense as to why you said that. I was like, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. He texts me every now and then and just is like, pretty much once every 2 months, he's like, you guys got to bring the courtesy laugh back. Like, he's what we've got, guys.
Well, he's going to listen to this.
At me and begging that I resurrect the Air Bud franchise. And, I mean, I'm thinking about it.
Well, here's the deal. Here's the only problem with bringing back Air Bud. You'd want to bring it back and say, hey, here's Air Bud. He can come back. What's a good way to say come back? He spikes back. But it's already been done.
Did they make an Air Bud movie for every... Like, did Air Bud ever play hockey? Did he play golf?
That's the world may never know, man.
Well, we could Google it, and then we would know.
Well.
Yep.
Potato, man. Come on.
Let's see what we got.
We were doing our outro. Do we really want to end on this note?
No, we can do an actual outro now, and you can just take this and just decide what you want to do with it.
I'm going to keep it right here. Bye! That's what
okay.
Saying.
Air Bud on ice.
Yep. Here we go. This is all right. You ready to do like the actual outro, Tyler?
Yeah. Using that one, but yeah, go ahead.
Thanks for tuning in to this week's edition of the Courtesy Laugh. We hope you've been keeping up with us every day for the past year, which we've released a new episode.
Every day.
165 straight episodes. This is really incredible, guys, that this here marks the end of a year-long daily
Quite a run.
podcast
Quite
release.
a run.
Yeah.
Pretty solid, guys.
It's just really impressive.
My arm's tired.
Suck on that, Cal Ripken Jr.
Join us next week as we rank in order what we think the best of the 5 original Air Bud movies are. Those movies, of course, are Air Bud, Air Bud Golden Receiver, Air Bud World Pup, Air Bud 7th Inning Fetch, and the classic Air Bud Spikes Back.
How does Air Bud play baseball? Like, I get it. He can poke things in the air with his face. How is he kicking a soccer ball? I mean, I guess headbutt it, but baseball is not. Like, does he get the bat and... Like, what does a coach say to his team when you get beat by a dog? Like, when you go into the locker room, he's like, guys, you can't strike out a dog with his ass now.
Yeah, like, you would really think that after the first time that Air Bud came and joined a basketball team, that somebody would institute some rules that, prevented dogs from joining human leagues.
Giraffes! Get a dang giraffe and put it in your basketball league. That's stupid.
It is stupid. But join us next week as we discuss the ins and outs of the world of Air Bud, including the Air Bud puppy spinoff Air Buddies. And, of course, those classic movies, Air Buddies, Snow Buddies, Spooky Buddies, Space Buddies, Treasure Buddies, and Santa Buddies.
You gotta be kidding me. I'm aggravated now. Like, I'm genuinely aggravated that these got made into movies.
You're aggravated.
Nobody knows who we are, and they made those movies. They had budget for those movies.
Mm-hmm. That was money that could have been, given to literally anything else. But instead, Air Buddies movies were made.
Like, how do you put that on your resume? Like, you're like, yeah, I'd like to be the director of this film. Oh, what have you done? Well, I did Air Buddies 3. Like
Space Buddies? Space Buddies was the greatest thing I've ever seen.
I'm really aggravated right now. I'm not even kidding.
Well, you're aggravated, and I'm Joseph Craven. You can find me on Twitter at @TheJosephCraven. And you can find me at The Courtesy Laugh. Tyler.
Hey, my name's Tyler, and you can find
me. Or Jared, if Jared wants to go second, so he doesn't complain about being last.
Nope. I know my role. Go ahead, Tyler.
Then what does that say about me for the thing we had for like a year, the other one?
Talk Hugs?
No, not that one.
The Popcast?
Yeah, that one either.
Serial? The most popular podcast ever created?
That's the one. Cereal.
Oh, I love it so much. I want to eat it every day.
That's the one, guys. That's the one I'm talking about. That's the one.
That's it.
That's the one I'm talking about, guys. That's the one. I'm Tyler. I don't really care. Just Google me and look at crap. I don't care. Next. Still aggravated about Airbud.
And I'm Jared Hollier. I'm Jared Hollier at Twitter, and I'm the star of the movie Airbud 2, Electric Boogaloo. Go rent it at your local Blockbuster and watch it. I think you'll really enjoy it.
And of course, a special shout out to our dear friend, and normally he'd be on the show, Mr. Knox McCoy, but of course he couldn't make it tonight because he is currently being murdered in order to be featured in the second season of Serial, the world's most popular podcast ever created.
Serial!
A prize in every box.
Stick it in every hole in my face.
More like Fruit Loops. Why do they put holes in all them, like Fruit Loops and Cheerios and stuff? Why do they look like little donuts? Why don't they just make them look like
it's a fruit
solid?
loop. So it's got to be.
What do they just make like?
It's a
Cinnamon
Cheerio.
Crunch is solid.
A donut-sized like Fruit Loop. Like you put it in the milk, it soaked it up, and you start like biting it off. They're like a dang grain of sand. That wasn't a good analogy. I'm sorry. Is it a metaphor or analogy? The end.
Synonym roll.
That's good. That's good. Good game, everybody. Don't know how to turn it off live.
Do we just leave?
Took a picture.
Stop taking photos.
I don't know how to turn it off, and that looks super like it's supposed to be the thing. How do you turn it off live? I know how to leave. Do I just leave?
Maybe we have to.
If we leave each other, just know that I loved you guys. Well, I mean, I like John's friends, but I said bye. I'm going to hang up. I don't know how to get off here. I'm just going to hang up. Goodbye, everybody.
You don't know there's not a option?
There's no, it says live, but it doesn't say anything else. Oh.
I don't know what it looks like on your screen because your screen's different than mine.
I'll tell you this right here. It used to have a thing at the bottom, and now it doesn't. And we're still live. Everybody.
It's a good thing nobody's watching, right?
Right. Bye.